Om Shanti. Today in the Murli, Baba is talking about many stories. The story of Khuda Dost, the story of Allah Waldeen, the story of Baba even talks about the story of Indra Sabha. But I want to begin with another story, which Baba has not mentioned in today's Murli, but he often mentions. And that's the story of a princess who was one among four sisters, and they were four daughters of a king. And whenever the king asked, so the king made all his four daughters sit down and asked, so whose fortune is it that feeds you? Okay, so whose fortune is it that you take the benefit of? तुम किसके भाग्य का खाती हो? And then three of the daughters would always say, you feed us. So we feed off your fortune. And there was this fourth one who always said, I feed off my fortune. You are just an instrument. And then the father, because he was an arrogant king, he would get very annoyed on this fourth daughter. And then he said, okay, so if it is so, if you are so blatant about it, so let's contest it. So if you believe so much in your own fortune, then let me not select a groom for you. So let your fortune select a groom for you. So tomorrow, early morning, the first person who passes by the door of the palace, you will get married to that person. So now there was a beggar who, next morning, the first person who passed by the door of the palace was a beggar. And then the king, out of, that sense of hurt ego, he just got his daughter married to that prince. But then later, the daughter discovered that that actually the beggar was a prince in disguise, and he was in disguise, and he was taking a tour of this king's kingdom and trying to figure out some things about his kingdom in disguise, and he was disguised as a beggar, but he was actually a prince. And then the father realized that indeed the daughter always fed off her own fortune. Why I'm telling you this story is because it's very important to realize that anyone or anything that exists in our life is just an instrument. Yes? And my fortune is a factor of my karma with Baba. So, we always think that we have karma with people, but in Sangam Yug, in this confluence age, Baba comes and teaches us how to have karma with God. So he teaches us how to give and take from God. So how to do every exchange on behalf of Baba and on the Srimad of Baba. And that karma with God creates a fortune. Now, Baba always tells us this law that if you exchange with vicious souls, len den, if you have this exchange with vicious souls, then you will incur a karmic debit. Yes. And if you have exchange with Baba, then you will have karmic credit. Right? So it's very important to understand that even if I want, so karma with God results in fortune on the external, platform. So you will see that people are being nice to you and cooperative with you, and they are giving you every support and everything. But you must remember that you don't forget that it's God behind all of this. And you don't have to get caught up in it. So, there is this system of thank God also. So, whenever something good happens, you say, thank God this person came on time. Thank God I received the help I wanted to at this time. So why do you thank God? Because basically it's your karma with God which results in this alignment with people and things and places, and everything falls into place when your karma with Baba is accurate. And in bhakti, we only we didn't know how to engage with Baba. So Baba didn't tell us how to remember him or how to use his knowledge in action, or what is a Shrimat about purity and spiritual seva. And we did not really know what God wants from us. But now we can do karma on Baba's Shrimat. And Baba is, very clearly laying it out for us what is to be done and how do we incur karmic credit. And then Baba says that you have to pay attention, that you always understand that your karma with God results in, people, places, and things falling in place. So you are always aware of that, and you don't get caught up in, favorable circumstances and people and other stuff. Even if people are good to you, it's because of your own karma. So you take care of your karma with Baba. You don't get caught up in the person. Yes. And I always say this, people get a job and then they get a job because they're qualified. And then when they lose the job, they have no confidence. Now, you got the job because of yourself. The job was not given as an arm to you. So you're still the same self. Then why do you have to lose confidence if the job is not there? If you deserve it, you will get another one, better one. So just pay attention that my circumstances and the people who are around me, who are favorable, and the things and places and everything that is favorable is because of my karma with Baba. And if I keep that karma intact, then even if one leaves, another will come, not an issue. And you don't have to get caught up in people and things and places. So, sometimes when the center is run, then there is some student who really contributes to the growth of the center. But then we don't get caught up in the student because he's just an instrument and it is Baba's work, Baba does it. And about the student gives to Baba. Baba is creating his fortune. So if he chooses not to create his fortune, he is welcome to make that decision. Yes. So that's an understanding that we have to have. So whether it concerns finances, whether it concerns any support, or whether it concerns our own actions. So while taking also, you should keep Baba in your awareness that it is because of Baba that this soul is extending the support that they are extending, and they are giving to Baba, not to me. Okay, and then the second thing is while we give, so there is seva which children take from the centers and everything. So when we do the seva, we also keep Baba in our heart. So when I give a class, I give it because it's Baba's Shrimad. So, and you are indebted to Baba. So you create your account with Baba by doing Baba's seva. And when you support the center, then it's on Baba's Shrimad, and Baba gives the return for that. So we should always keep this clarity. And in Baba's Yajna, this is a very concretely stated thing. So I will also give you one chapter from the history of the Yajna where, earlier it was Brahma Baba's wealth and it was all Brahma Baba's money that was used to sustain children. And then slowly, gradually, when that wealth started getting over, then this system of being supported by Baba's children started coming up. So, and then suddenly, what happened is there were a lot of obstacles in the yajna. So there was money coming from children who were supporting the food and the activities of the centers. And then there were a lot of obstacles. And then we couldn't understand what is the reason. And then Baba, Shiv Baba was asked in trance, what is the reason? Why are there so many obstacles in the yajna? Then Baba said, because you don't offer bhog. Now the thing is, until then, bhog was not a regular practice. Because it was Brahma Baba's wealth, so direct consumption was going on. But then when it came from Baba's children, then this practice of seeing the kitchen as Baba's bhandara and preparing food for Baba, offering bhog to Baba and accepting Baba's bhog, so that the memory of the people who, the souls who are instruments for it fades in the process. So, you lose that sense of, okay, this child supported this bhojan, or, this. You have to get over that memory, that awareness of the direct child who is doing it. And understand that you are accepting bhog from Shiv Baba's bhandara. So that started happening. Now, this is about how we practice it in the center. But I also want to talk about, when we are in living in households and we are Baba's children. So you must understand that the body, mind, and wealth that you invest in Baba's seva makes you eligible for punya karma. Yes, whatever you do on Shrimad is maintains your chart of punya karma, and whatever support you receive from outside is because of this karma. So never allow any person or any circumstance to threaten you that they will withdraw support from you. So, when you don't realize that so first thing is you have to do punya karma. So if you're really using your body, mind, and wealth on Baba's Shrimad, then you know that you are taken care of by Baba. And even if somebody is an instrument to take care of you today, yes, you are grateful to them, but then you know you are not dependent on them. And they're just an instrument. And nobody should threaten you into doing anything that is against Srimad and threaten you into into believing that, if you do this, which is right according to Srimad, but I will withdraw my support from you if you do this. So you must understand that their support is because of the power of Srimad. So Srimad is priority. And if that is gone, then anyways, the support won't be there. So we are all grateful for the instruments, but then the basis for having that instrument is Baba Srimad. So there is no compromise on Srimad. And Baba today uses a word greed. So what is greed? Greed is when you go blind and you think that a person is the foundation of your support. And you are greedy for that support, whether it is emotional, whether it is financial, whether it is circumstantial. You become greedy for that. You think, I cannot survive without this, or I need this. And then you start doing things against Srimad because your greed threatens you. Do you get it? So don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into that trap. You get everything because you are on Srimad. Anybody can be the instrument. And cooperation, mutual love, respect, when it is within the boundaries of maryadas, there is a lot of love, there is a lot of respect, there is mutual cooperation. No problem with that. Baba says, I am the ocean of love, you are loveful beings. But then when that love or that person starts expecting something extra, beyond the boundary of Srimad from you, they are asking you to cross the boundary of Maryada, then you can say categorically no. Because they may be the source of support, but they are not, they may be the instrument of support, but they are not the source of support. And if one instrument goes, another will come. No problem. Yes? So we must understand. So, there is this balance between power to tolerate and where to put your foot down. So in a relationship with souls, this indirect relationship where you keep Baba in between, of course, in any relationship, you tolerate a lot. No relationship is founded on zero tolerance. So you tolerate. But what do you tolerate? That which is within Baba's maryadas. Somebody says, okay, I like this food, you cook this for me, or I like this thing this way, you do it for me. No problem. Some extra effort, I'll do it. But somebody says, no, you eat impure food with me. No, you watch waste stuff with me. You, go back on your vow of celibacy. No, no compromise in that. Because even if you are the instrument for support, that support is coming from Baba and you are just an instrument. So you bother a lot, but then when the maryada is crossed, you don't bother. So we follow this policy in the center also. So there is a lot of love, there is concern, there is care for Baba's children. Baba's children support the yajna. And we love them because they are Baba's children. We also love them because they are supporters of Baba's yajna. And that's important. But then that doesn't mean that seva cannot continue if the child leaves. No. That child is just an instrument. The instrument is valuable until they behave like an instrument. So we have to be very clear about this. The creator of fortune is Baba. Shrimat is the way to create fortune. You are on Shrimat and it is your fortune that draws instruments. And anybody who does anything for Baba's yajna, they do it for Baba and Baba gives them the return. Okay, so this is something that Baba very clearly specifies, and don't get blinded by greed. So greed is when you start having a one-on-one account with a human. No. It is Baba's seva, Baba's yajna. They give to Baba. We are fed from Baba's yajna. That's very clear, very, very clear. And then there is this big Shrimad. So I will read that out to you because Baba has put it very interestingly today. Baba today says, you wouldn't ask the Father for blessings. Some ask, God, give us a son so that our clan can grow. Oh, but the Father is making his clan grow. At this time, the deity clan is growing. God's clan is now growing. You two are the children of God. Therefore, the Father explains, renounce all of those desires and remember the one Father. All bondages, etc., are accounts of karma. Look how many bondages Baba has. He has to think of so many children. There are so many complications. They defame him so much. It is easy to do disservice, very difficult to do service. When someone becomes spoiled, he spoils 10 or 20 others. 5 or 8 emerge with great difficulty. Some continue to go to centers and also continue to make their faces dirty. Now, what does Baba say? Baba is saying, some children come and tell Baba, Baba, bless us with a son. Give us a child. Baba says, it is your time to become a child, not have a child. You are worrying about your clan. I'm worried about my clan. I want this clan to grow. Now you refuse to become a child. You want to be a father. I want to be a father now. Okay, so give in to Baba's wishes. Baba says, leave those desires now. You have to give in to Baba's wish that now you become his child and take the inheritance. Don't think about having children. Those who are there, yes, they are already there. You take care of them. But then don't have these desires. And why? Baba gives a very good reason. Baba says all these relationships are karmic bondages. Yes. And I believe in this very thoroughly, that in Kali Yuga, you don't have assets, you only have liabilities. Okay. If you're wise enough, you make good of your liability also. Right? But then you don't really have assets. Yes. You see, you have a body. It's a liability. Your body, so many diseases, causes of so many worries. Because you have a nose, you are afraid of COVID. So your body is a liability. Keep protecting that nose. A lot of problems, the soul. So then relationships, the survey says that 80% of human stress is coming from relationships. It's the world survey that says that the source of stress is relationships, the primary source of stress. So everything is a liability today, because the 5 elements and souls are in their worst condition. And if something is in its worst condition, it requires a lot of effort to maintain. Too much maintenance. Too much maintenance required for the body, for the relationships, for things. Too much maintenance. So Baba says that's why everything is a bondage. Now, don't have desires. Yes? When you don't have desires, then also you will have enough. Because according to good karma, see, desire is negative energy. What you get through desire, you attract karmic settlements through desires. Understand this law. You attract karmic settlements through desires. And you earn cooperation and, you earn favorable circumstances through good karma. So don't focus on desires, focus on karma. When you do the right thing, you will get what you need. And when you have a desire, you might get what you want, but that may not be what you need. That could even be something that you will realize is what you don't need, or it's wrong for you. And there's a very beautiful saying in Bhakti, be afraid of what you want, you might get it. Beware of what you want, you might get it. Because sometimes we don't understand what we are asking for. Yes, so um, let me tell you one very simple thing. There is this lady, and she's not in Gyan, she just visits the center sometimes. So she always told me, I want a child, I want a child, I want a child. So, okay, she wants it, fine, not a problem. So I asked her to do the course and all. She didn't listen to me. Okay, fine, no problem. Then she had a child. And then the child had Down syndrome. Okay. Now she says, I'm very irritated with the child. I don't like the child. The child is a liability. So you wanted a child, you have a child. Yes, but then do you understand that a child could be anyone? And in Kali Yuga, there are so many karmic settlements. Every soul is old. And every soul comes with their baggage. They come with their karmic settlements. So be careful about what you want, you might get it. So don't create desires. Yes. Just do the karma that Baba tells you to do. When you're content inside, when you keep doing the karma, then you will get what you need. You will get what you deserve according to that good karma. And that will be an asset that will be helpful in your journey forward. And if you create a desire, you will invoke a karmic account. Understand this. This is a law. And I will tell you one thing. So, when I started doing seva, and then uh, I was working also, and then at that time there were so many other things to take care of, and then this seva also. And I used to get really tired. I was alone and there was no support. And then one day I was very tired, physically, mentally, every which way. And I went to Didi and I said, Didi, why don't you give me a sister? You give me a sister, she will support me. I need support. I need a sister. And then Didi just was sitting silently and she said, you will get whatever, you will get who you have a karmic settlement with. See, if तुम्हारा कोई कर्म का हिसाब होगा तो आ जाएगी. She said that way. And then I was shocked. I said, yes, I have many responsibilities right now, but at least no liability. Now, if I have a liability also, it will be a great problem. So so I sat before Baba and I said, Baba, I withdraw my applications. So all those applications I wrote to you, I need a sister, I need a sister. I don't need anything, okay? I don't need anyone. You just take your own decision independent of my applications. I'm not applying anything to you. And then I just finished that thing, that desire. And then after 3-4 years, I found a sister. And then that sister is an asset. Because I did the karma to deserve her. So instead of creating desires, work on your deservability. So if you don't work on your deservability and you deserve less, desire a lot, then your desire will pull your karmic settlements towards you. And when you work on your deservability, then you will attract assets. Okay, so don't have desires. Understand that if you need, if there is some problem with the body, if there is some problem with people around you, there's some problem with the work, then that's your karmic settlement. And you keep following Srimad come what may, so that those karmic settlements settle and then you deserve better. Because according to the law of karma, you are served what you deserve. So right now, whatever drama is serving you with is what you deserve. You want to deserve better, work on it. And if you just don't work on that and keep desiring one this, one that, one the other, you will get it, but you will not like it. Okay, you won't like it. And then it will be a liability. So Baba says, don't desire anything. Every day, I don't need anything. That's your mantra. And if you say you don't need anything, doesn't mean you'll not get anything. You'll get what you deserve, what is right for you. Then Baba makes the choice for you. And let me tell you, we are very bad at making choices. Look back in your life and the choices you made and the way you're suffering because of them. So don't have too much ego about making choices. You are suffering because of your choices and suffering enough. So don't try to make choices for yourself anymore. You don't know what you need. Let Baba make the choice. Just work on your karma and your deservability. That's Baba's direction today. And then Baba today says that in the slogan, Baba says, in order to make your efforts intense, tighten the loose screw of carelessness. So, there are, kar lenge, we know how to do it, we want to do it, but okay, I will do it sometime. Careless. No. There is a saying, what you have to do tomorrow, do today. What you have to do today, do now. Don't be careless. And that's how your efforts will find power. Okay, so don't just be slack about it. Every second is important. Don't waste it. Make the choices that you have to make now so that you can create a fortune. Om Shanti.